At the beginning of the drama, we see the male lead, Yanjao, who is a very rich businessman. He is swimming while thinking about his life. When he comes out of the pool, his assistant tells him, "We have lost a project." Hearing this, Yanjao says, "This isn't your first day here. You should know that the word defeat isn't in my dictionary. Send me the documents, I'll go meet that client myself." Then he goes to meet that client. The client tells him, "If you've come here to talk about the project, there's no point. I don't want to deal with you anymore." Yanjao says, "Give me one chance to explain my project. If you still don't like it, you can cancel it." Then Yanjao gives his presentation in front of everyone, which they all like very much. And the client says, "I will reconsider your project." In the next scene, he calls his dad, Wu Zhao. His dad tells him, "I want you to come back here and take care of your company." Then Yanjao removes his coat, inside of which is a photo of the female lead, Xiaom. Looking at the photo, Yanjao remembers the day he left his country. At that time, his dad, Xiaom, and an aunt had come to see him off. His dad tells him, "Take care of your safety," and Xiaom gives him a letter. And she says, "Look at this later." As Yanjao is leaving, he looks at it, and it's a photo of Xiaom, which he has kept with him until now. Wu Zhao's assistant tells him, "Your business partner, Qin Shan, is creating some problems. We need to handle this quickly." Yanjao goes for boxing. He is handling himself very well. Seeing this, the people standing there are praising him. Wu Zhao has called a meeting and is telling everyone, "I want to give all the authority to my son. He went for training for 2 years, and now his training is complete. Therefore, he will handle my business here." Yanjao is sitting in a bar with 2 of his friends. He is telling them, "I am going back to my country." Just then, Yanjao sees some boys mixing something in a girl's drink. The girl was unaware of this, so she drinks it and gets very drunk. She couldn't even walk properly, so Yanjao came to help her. But then those boys start fighting with Yanjao. However, he is a very good fighter, so he handles them all by himself. But in the middle of it all, a boy stabs him in the hand with a knife. After getting his hand treated, Yanjao returns to his country. As soon as he reaches the airport, he starts remembering Xiaomeng, how she was crying a lot when he left, and she had also said, "I will wait for you." Then we saw Xiaomeng, who was shooting. She is a host who does children's shows. After the shoot is complete, she is sitting in her makeup room when a boy comes and tells her, "A delivery boy has come to give you a parcel." She goes outside to see, but there is no delivery boy there. She starts looking around when, suddenly, flowers start falling there. She looks up and sees Yanjao standing there. She is very surprised to see him. Yanjao is also very happy to see her. Then Xiaomeng comes running, and they both hug each other. Yanjao says, "I came here only for you. I made a promise to you, and I've come to fulfill it." Then they both come home, where Xiaomeng's mom and sister Hua are very happy to see him. Sister Hua is the maid of Yanzhao's house, but she raised Yanzhao, which is why she is highly respected in this house. Then, Yanzhao's dad also arrives and they all sit together and have dinner. After this, his dad calls Yanzhao to his room, where Yanzhao is telling him, "I don't want to work in my company." But his dad says, "If you don't handle your business, then who will?" The next morning, Xiaomeng brings breakfast for Yanzhao and finds out that Yanzhao has a very high fever. That's why she starts taking him to the doctor. But Yanzhao was not ready to go because he had to go for an interview at 10 o'clock. But Xiaomeng starts taking him forcefully. Then Yanzhao's foot twists, and they both come very close to each other. Xiaomeng liked him, so she didn't push him away from her. He starts getting a little closer to her, but then he suddenly moves away from her and starts laughing and leaves from there. As soon as he leaves, Xiaomeng opens her eyes. She is feeling very embarrassed. Then they both come to the hospital. After the checkup, when Xiaomeng is paying the bill, a child hears her voice and comes to her. He was blind and tells Xiaomeng, "I really like your stories. I have watched all your shows." Hearing this, Xiaomeng feels very happy. The child tells her, "There is an event at our school too. You must come there." Xiaomeng asks him, "What are you doing alone in the hospital?" But just then, the child's mom also comes there and takes him away. Xiaomeng is also happy to see that many children like her. And seeing this, Yanzhao is also getting happy. Then Yanzhao comes to a company for an interview, but they reject him without even looking at his file. He goes to another place for a job, but he is rejected there as well. He comes out of the company feeling very upset, thinking, "I have studied so well, but still I'm not getting a job." Then we see a night scene where Xiaomeng is leaving her studio. Just then, a car stops there, and a boy forcefully makes her sit in the car and takes her away. Her mobile, bag, and purse all fall right there. Here, Yanzhao is getting angry at his father. He says, "Yesterday, I didn't get a job anywhere. I know all this is happening because of you, because you don't want me to work anywhere else. You've done this before." To this, his dad says, "That company is not up to your standard. They are are talking when his dad gets a call from the kidnapper, and they demand 1 million in exchange for Xiaom. His dad tells Yanjao about this, and he gets very worried. Then they call the police and reach the location given by the kidnapper. These were very rich people, so the media also reaches there. Xiaoming's mom is very worried about her. The kidnapper had kept Xiaoming on the rooftop. He calls Yanjao's dad and tells him, "Come alone with the money." But Yanjao tells his dad, "I will go upstairs, not you, because I can handle that kidnapper." Therefore, Yanjao goes up with the bag of money. The kidnapper throws a handcuff at him and says, "Wear it and leave from here after giving the money." Yanjao does the same. He takes the money and goes to him, but then he hits him by swinging the bag, and a fight starts between them. In their fight, Xiaomeng gets pushed and hangs from the building. Seeing this, her mom gets very worried, but Yanjao was holding her hand. Over there, the police fire at the kidnapper's hand and catch him. Yanjao had also pulled Xiaomeng up from the building. Then they both go to a restaurant. Yanjao tells her, "You know why I came back this time, right? Because the promise I made to you when I was leaving from here, I haven't forgotten it yet." Then he takes out a packet from his pocket and gives it to Xiaomeng. When she opens it, a beautiful necklace comes out which also has a ring attached to it. He proposes to Xiaomeng and she says yes. Yanjao promises her, "No matter what problems come in our life, I will not leave you and will always be with you." Xiaomeng puts the necklace around her neck. Then we see a scene at home. Sister Hua is taking some medicines for Wu Zhao when Xiaomeng's mom, Shi, takes the medicines from her and says, "I will give them these medicines because I also need to talk to him about something." She comes to Wu Zhao's room, puts the medicines there, and tells Wu Zhao, "My daughter and I are leaving from here." He stops them and asks, "Why are you leaving from here?" Shi starts crying and says, "I cannot tolerate what you did to me, and that is why I am leaving you now. You just made false promises of love to me. You never fulfilled them." Here we learn that these two were in love with each other. But Wu Zhao has made some mistake for which she cannot forgive him. Wu Zhao tries hard to stop them, but she doesn't stop and comes out of his room. As soon as she comes out, Wu Zhao's health starts deteriorating, and he has a heart attack. Here, Yanjao and Xiaomeng are roaming together and enjoying a lot when Yanjao gets a call from the hospital, which makes him very worried. He goes to the hospital and finds out that his dad has died. Sister Hua tells Yanjao, "I was going to give Wu Zhao medicine, but she stopped me and went inside to give the medicine herself. After she left, when I went to Wu Zhao's room, I saw that he was lying unconscious on the floor." Just then, Xiaomeng gets a call that her mom has had an accident. She goes to the hospital and sees that her mom is in a very serious condition. The police tell Xiaomeng, "Your mom was driving very fast. She also had your and her passports with her. Maybe she was going somewhere from here." Hearing this, Yanjao thinks, "Maybe she killed my dad and then was running away from this city." Then he comes home and starts checking his father's study room when he finds some papers. He shows those papers to Xiaomeng as well. Xiaomeng says, "No, this can't be." Just then, Yanjao calls the police and says, "I suspect someone." After this, the police meet Xiaomeng and start questioning her about herself and her mom. After the police leave, Xiaomeng tells Yanjao, "Trust me, my mom cannot kill your father." But Yanjao speaks very rudely. "Now I only trust the police investigation." Then we see Qin Shan, who calls his son, Xiangzi, and says, "Wu Zhao has died, so now you will have to handle the company, because the board meeting is going to be held in a few days, and they have the most shares." But from Xiangzi's words, it is clear that he is not at all interested in business. Here, Xiaomeng finds out from the doctor that her mom is in a coma. She gets very worried and comes to meet Yanjao, but he treats her very rudely, and he thought that Xiaomeng's mom had killed his dad. Also, he starts taking back the necklace he gave to Xiaomeng, but when Xiaomeng doesn't give it, he pushes her and throws her out of his house. The next day, Yanjao tells Xiaomeng, "Whatever my dad gave you people, I will now take it all back. I will also take back the house given by my dad." Xiaomeng says, "I don't even have a house to live in." So Yanjao says, "Until my father's case is cleared, you will stay at my house." Then he goes to his dad's study room and starts crying, remembering him. The next day is the day of Yanzhao's dad's funeral, where Xiaomeng has also come. Just then, some of Wu Zhao's business partners arrive, including Qin Shan with his son, Xiangzi. Yanjao starts talking to Qin Shan. On the other side, Xiangzi is talking to Xiaomeng. From their conversation, it is clear that they both already know each other. At the same time, from Xiangzi's words, it seemed that he likes Xiaomeng. Then they both come home, where some lawyers have arrived. They read Wu Zhao's will to them, in which he had named half of his property to Yanjao and half to Xiaomeng. Hearing this, Xiaomeng is quite surprised and tells the lawyer, "Read it carefully, maybe uncle made a mistake." To this, Yanjao says, "You and your mom wanted this. Your eyes were on my dad's money, and that's why you killed my dad." Then Xiaomeng packs her things and starts to leave from there. But Yanjao forcefully stops her. He says, "If you do not stay here, I will also stop your mother's treatment, which is happening on my money." After he leaves, Xiaomeng sits there and starts crying, thinking, "The Yanjao I loved was not like this at all." On the other side, Yanjao was also regretting that he had hurt Xiaom. At night, she is helping Yanjao with his dressing when she hugs him from behind. At first, Yanjao doesn't say anything to her, but as soon as he remembers that his dad died because of her mom, he pushes her away from him and throws her out of his room. He himself stands there and starts crying. Then we see a scene at the bar where Xiangji has come to drink with some of his friends. Yanjao is also there, who is very upset thinking about Xiaomeng and his drinking. Just then, a girl named Sung Lin comes there. Some boys in the bar are bothering her, so Yanjao helps her. He is fighting with those goons, so Sung Lin is watching him very intently. She likes Yanjao a lot. Then Xiangji comes to Yanjao and takes him outside. They have been friends since college and also used to do boxing together. They are talking when Sung Lin also comes there. Yanjao tells her, "You are very beautiful, so you shouldn't come to places like this." Saying this, he leaves. So Xiangji tells her, "Don't mind his words, he's a very good guy." Then we see Xiaomeng, who is downstairs to drink water. Just then, Yanjao comes there and falls because he was very drunk. So Xiaomeng picks him up and takes him to his room. But then, he makes Xiaomeng lie down on the bed with him and starts kissing her. Xiaomeng tries to free herself from him, but Yanjao keeps kissing her forcefully. After a while, Xiaomeng gets up from there and runs away and starts crying in her room, because what Yanjao did just now was by force. The next day, Yanjao goes to his company and sees that Qinshan is sitting in his dad's chair. Because he was very experienced, he was chosen as the chairman. Yanjao was still young and had no experience. Also, Qinshan has 17% shares, while Yanjao has only 8% shares. But then, Yanjao gives his presentation there, which is very good. And some members there also say that they need new ideas. Therefore, Yanjao is then chosen as the chairman. Then, Yanjao comes home and sees that Xiaomeng had decorated a room very nicely for him, because Yanjao liked boxing. He gets very happy seeing it, but when he remembers his dad's death, he starts behaving rudely with Xiaomeng and says, "I will not forgive you for doing all this." At this, Xiaomeng starts crying. Seeing her cry, Yanjao also feels bad, but he leaves from there. Then we see Qinshan, who is telling Xiangji, "You will also have to work in our company so that you can become Yanzhao's competitor." But Xiangji says, "I am not interested in the job at all, and you are telling me to do all this because you couldn't compete with Yanzhao." Now the next scene is shown of Xiaomeng's studio, where a shoot is going on. Xiaomeng is telling a fairy tale there. Just then, she gets a call from the owner of the car that Xiaomeng had accidentally hit today, and that car belongs to Xiangji. He calls Xiaomeng to meet him. Then we see Yanjao, in whose company many people have come for an interview, among whom are Sung Lin and Xiangji. And after the interview, Yanjao likes the resumes of both of them. Then, Xiaomeng comes to meet that car owner. She calls him and asks, "Where are you?" Xiangji says, "I am sitting inside the cafe." When Xiaomeng comes inside, she is surprised to see Xiangji. When Xiaomeng finds out that the car belonged to Xiangji, she feels a little relieved. Then Xiangji tells her, "You caused me a loss, so as an apology, you will have to give me a treat." After eating, he goes to drop Xiaomeng at her home. Here, Yanjao has come to the hospital to meet Xiaomeng's mom. The doctor tells him, "Her condition is quite serious. You should tell Xiaomeng about it too." As Xiangji reaches home with Xiaomeng, Yanjao also arrives there and gets very angry seeing Xiaomeng with Xiangji. Still, he offers Xiangji tea. But Xiangji says, "Xiaomeng bought boxing gloves for you, so why don't we do boxing?" That's why they both come to the room and start boxing, where Xiaomeng was getting very worried seeing them both. Because the way they were boxing, it seemed as if they were both taking out their anger on each other. After finishing boxing, Xiangji leaves from there, and then Yanjao gets very angry at Xiaomeng for being with Xiangji. Then at night, Xiaomeng has a very scary dream about her mom. That's why she starts asking Yanjao for permission so that she can go to the hospital and meet her mom. But Yanjao is not letting her go. That's why she starts getting wet standing in the rain and says, "Until you give me permission to go to the hospital, I will stand right here." Yanjao is also watching her from the window, and he is also feeling very pained. Just then, he sees that Xiaomeng has fainted right there due to the cold. That's why he quickly goes and covers her. The next scene is shown in the morning, where he brings medicine for Xiaomeng. He had stayed up all night taking care of Xiaomeng. Then, after giving her the medicine, he goes to the office, where he has a meeting. Sung Lin gives a very good presentation about a project in the meeting. Then, Yanjao asks his assistant about Xiangji. He says, "Xiangji has taken a leave today." Here, Xiangji has come to the university to pick up Xiaoming. He tells Xiaoming, come on, I'll drop you at your home. But she refuses him very rudely, at which Xiangji also feels bad and leaves from there. Then Xiaomeng calls Yanjao to meet her at the stadium. She tells Yanjao, when I got wet at night, you stayed up all night to take care of me. This means that you still want me. And you remember when you proposed to me, you told me that you would never leave me. To this, Yanjao says, now all these things have no meaning. Xiaomeng says, why? Why is it so difficult to go into the past? You have changed a lot since that day. She hugs him and says, I wish I had a switch inside me that I could press to stop liking you. But that's not the case. I like you a lot. To this, Yanjao says, but I no longer have any feelings for you. That's why you should press that switch of yours. Hearing this, Xiaomeng feels very sorry and starts crying. But Yanjao leaves her like that and goes away. But while leaving from there, Yanjao is getting very worried, thinking, what am I doing with Xiaomeng? And that's why he starts crying. Then we see a night scene where Sunglin is sitting and working on a project when Yanjao goes and appreciates her, saying, you are working here so late at night. To this, Sunglin also appreciates him, saying, you are the boss here, yet you work so hard. Then we see Xiangji, who has put a picture of Xiaomeng on his laptop wallpaper and is thinking about her, meaning he has a first-sight love for Xiaomeng. The next day in the meeting, Yanjao gives a presentation which is also liked by the rest. That's why Yanjao and his colleagues celebrate together. Just then, Xiangji also comes there and invites everyone to a party. Also, he tells Yanjao, bring Xiaomeng to the party as well. Another scene is shown of a children's foundation where Xiaomeng has come to meet the children. The children are very happy to see her. Xiaomeng tells them a story. On the other side, Yanjao is shown, who has come with Sunglin to buy a dress. There he likes a white gown, which he gets packed. So Sunglin asks, are you taking this for your girlfriend? To this, Yanjao says, I don't have a girlfriend. Then when Xiaomeng comes home, Sister Hua tells her that Xiangji has sent a dress for her. The dress is very beautiful. Xiaomeng is very happy to see it. Just then, Yanjao comes there but stops right there seeing Xiaomeng. In his hand is a box containing the same dress he bought with Sunglin today. But when he sees that Xiangji has sent her a dress, he gets angry and leaves from there without giving his dress to Xiaomeng. Then a lady is shown who had seen Xiaomeng outside the children's foundation. She is watching the news of Yanjao and Xiaomeng's kidnapping on her laptop. Then a flashback scene is shown where this lady's aunt was very ill. The aunt apologizes to her and says, my husband and I did very wrong to you. Your son was alive, but I sold him to someone. The person I gave him to was named Shi, who took great care of children. You have taken great care of me. That's why I am telling you this. Saying this, she dies, and she gives them a ring which was exactly like the one Yanjao had given Xiaomeng when he proposed. Then Yanjao comes to his office when Sunglin comes there for some work. So Yanjao gives her the dress he had bought for Xiaomeng. Seeing this, she becomes very happy because she thought that Yanjao had bought this dress for her. Xiangji comes to meet Xiaomeng and asks her, will you be my date at the party today? She asks, did you send that dress today? Xiangji says, yes, I sent it. To this, Xiaomeng says, never give me anything again. But then, on Xiangji's repeated requests, she agrees to come to the party with him. Then a party scene is shown where Sunglin has come with Yanjao. The way she is holding Yanzhao's hand, everyone is talking about them being a couple. On the other side, Xiaomeng has come with Xiangji. She gets out of the car, her foot twists, and she is about to fall, but Xiangji saves her. Just then, Yanjao sees her. Then everyone comes to the party, where Xiaomeng is dancing with Xiangji, and Yanjao was also with Sunglin. But while dancing with her, Yanjao keeps looking towards Xiaomeng. Xiangji also notices this. At the same time, Xiaomeng is getting very sad, seeing Yanzhao with Sunglin. She leaves the party and comes to the washroom and starts crying there. Just then, some other girls also come there and start talking about Yanzhao and Sunglin's relationship. Hearing this, Xiaomeng gets very hurt and goes outside and starts drinking. She had drunk a lot, so Yanzhao goes and stops her and takes her with him. Sunglin is also watching this, and she doesn't like it at all. On the other side, Yanzhao's assistant is looking at Sunglin, who liked her. But Sunglin didn't know anything about his feelings. Yanzhao brings Xiaomeng to the room and tells her not to drink so much and asks questions about Xiangji. Xiaomeng says, he is not like you. He has liked me from the beginning and still does. After talking for a bit, they both go out of the room. In the other room, Xiangji is sitting, who is listening to their conversation. Xiangji is standing very upset at the party when a bear comes to her and starts dancing with her, which slightly improves Xiaomeng's mood. Just then, all the lights turn towards Xiaomeng, and then Xiangji comes in front of her with a beautiful bouquet and proposes to her. But seeing this, Xiaomeng gets scared and starts to leave. But then her foot slips, and she falls into the pool. Xiangji was about to jump into the pool to save her, but before him, Yanzhao jumps in and takes her out of the pool. He is taking Xiaomeng away when Xiangji takes off his coat and covers her with it. Then, Yanzhao brings her home. Then we see Sung Lin, who comes and meets Qin Shan. These two are in it together, and Qin Shan has sent Sung Lin to Yanjao's company to find out his secrets. Sung Lin says, Yanjao's weakness is Xiaom. To this, Qin Shan says, then we will attack her. Then we see Xiang, who is sitting sad by the same pool because Xiaom rejected his proposal. Just then, his dad comes there and starts talking to him about Yanjao's dad. He says he had married Yanjao's mom, and I just found out this secret. The next morning, Sung Lin comes to Xiaomeng's house to meet her. They both sit and talk about something. Then Xiaomeng asks Sung Lin, do you like Yanjao? To this, Sung Lin says, yes, well, all the girls like him. Hearing this, Xiaomeng gets a little upset. The next scene shows Yanjao and Xiang where they are playing football. While playing, they both get tired and sit down to rest. After talking for a bit, Xiang tells Yanjao, you are my childhood friend, and I consider you my brother. That's why I'm telling you this. Be a little alert with my dad. Here, Sung Lin asks Xiaomeng about her and Yanjao's relationship. So Xiaomeng says, we are just friends. Sung Lin says, there are some problems going on in the project in the company. Hearing this, Xiaomeng gets a little worried and says, if you need any help, let me know. Here, Xiang tells Yanjao, I like Xiaomeng, and if you are also involved in this, then we both will remain competitors to each other. Hearing this, Yanjao gets a little angry. He doesn't say anything. The next day, Xiaomeng comes to the Children's Foundation where Yanjao's mom has come to meet her. They are both sitting and talking when Yanjao's mom says, I like children very much, that's why I come here. Xiaomeng asks her about her children. So she gets upset and says, I had a son, but I don't think I will ever be able to meet him again. Then she invites Xiaomeng to a charity event. Xiaomeng says, okay, I will come. Then Xiaomeng comes to meet her mom's doctor, and the doctor tells her about the hospitals where her mom can be treated well. Xiaomeng says, maybe Yanjao won't let me go. The doctor says, your mom's health is not good right now, so she can't travel, so you will have to wait a bit. Then Xiaomeng comes home and makes Yanjao's favorite noodles. Seeing this, Yanjao feels quite good, so he immediately sits down to taste them. Their taste is really very good. He asks Xiaomeng, why are you doing all this? Xiaomeng says, there is no reason. After a while, she says, can I go to meet my mom? As soon as he hears this, Yanjao gets angry and leaves the noodles and goes away. He hates Xiaomeng's mom very much. Thinking this, she starts crying. Then, a scene of the office is shown where Yanjao is working when Sung Lin comes there and says, I have made the project file and passed it to everyone. Some of them have kept it, but there is one who has refused. So Yanjao asks about him. Sung Lin says, he is a foreigner. To this, Yanjao says, I will deal with him myself. Then, a scene of the beach is shown where Yanjao tells Xiang, teach me how to ice skate. Xiang also agrees to help him. After a lot of effort, Xiang learns skating, and then he tells Xiang, set up my meeting with that foreigner, because Xiang knew him. Then Xiaomeng comes to that charity event where Yanjao's mom had invited her. As soon as she arrives there, reporters start asking her questions about her relationship. But just then, Yanjao also comes to her and takes her with him to the event. Yanjao's mom is very happy to see both of them. At the same time, Yanjao is also very nervous seeing them and feels as if he has seen them somewhere before. After this, Yanjao comes to meet that foreigner and explains his project to him. At first, the foreigner doesn't understand anything, but after Yanjao explains, he understands and also agrees to cooperate with him. In the next scene, Yanjao and Sung Lin are sitting in the car and discussing the project. Sung Lin is quite impressed with him and says, I didn't know you could handle foreigners so well. Yanjao tells her, I have lived abroad for many years, so I know how to handle these people. Then he asks Sung Lin for lunch, so she says, if we stay together, don't you think people will talk about us? To this, Yanjao says, I don't care about that, because we are both clear. Then they both come to a restaurant for lunch, where two colleagues from their company are also present. They see them together and start talking about them, as well as clicking their pictures. And the next day, these pictures of them go viral in Yanjao's company, and everyone is looking at them. When Yanjao also sees those pictures on his phone, he feels bad. Here, Xiaomeng is coming from her studio when Xiang reaches her and asks her to go somewhere with him. But Xiaomeng refuses him and says, don't waste your time on me, you can get any good girl. Saying this, she starts to leave. So Xiang stops her and says, you are doing all this because of Yanjao, but he is happy with Sung Lin. Then he also shows her the pictures of Yanjao and Sung Lin, seeing which Xiaomeng gets hurt and leaves from there. Then Xiaomeng and Yanjao are at home. They are both sitting for dinner, but Xiaomeng is not eating anything properly. So Yanjao asks her, "Why are you not eating anything? Why are you so upset?" Xiaoming says, "I am surprised to see how someone can fall in love with someone else so quickly. Xiangji also proposed to me, but I didn't go to him." Hearing this, Yanjao gets angry and says, "I have told you about this before that there is nothing between me and Song Lin. That's why you should not interfere in my matters. And I don't care whether there is something between you and Xiangji or not. Song Lin is a good girl. If I have to get into a relationship with her, I will." Saying this, Yanjao leaves from there, but Xiaomeng feels bad about these things and starts crying. At night, Yanjao is looking at his and Xiaomeng's pictures and thinking, "Why do I say such things to her, when it hurts both her and me?" The next morning, Sung Lin comes to meet Qinshan. Qinshan says, "I have heard many rumors about you and Yanjao, and I want you to make them true." Sung Lin says, "This is not that easy, because Yanjao is still very close to Xiaomeng, but still, I will try." Then a bar scene is shown where Xiaomeng has drunk a lot, and Xiangji brings her carefully. He says, "Come on, I'll drop you home." But Xiaomeng says, "I don't want to go home. Take me to a place where there is no one besides me." Then we see Yanjao, who is having a meeting with the same foreigner, along with Sung Lin. Just then, he gets a message from someone, seeing which he gets very surprised and immediately runs away from there. Then we see Xiangji, who is sitting in a hotel waiting for someone. Just then, Yanjao comes running there and starts fighting with him. He says, "How many times have I told you to stay away from Xiaomeng?" Then he goes to the room and sees Xiaomeng lying on the bed. The buttons of her shirt were open. Seeing her, Yanjao feels very sorry, thinking, "All this happened because of me." He sits down and fastens Xiaomeng's buttons and picks her up and takes her away from there. As soon as he leaves, we are shown a scene from a little while ago that Xiaomeng had drunk a lot, so Xiangji brings her and lays her on the bed. He liked Xiaomeng a lot, so he feels like kissing Xiaomeng, but then he moves away from her and starts looking at her from a distance. The skirt that Xiaomeng was wearing was quite short, so Xiangji puts a blanket on her, and also her clothes were wet due to vomiting, so he dries them with a hairdryer. Xiaomeng was feeling hot, so she had unbuttoned her shirt herself, and Xiangji takes her picture and sends it to Yanjao to annoy him. Here, Yanjao is taking Xiaomeng home. She is quite drunk and tells Yanjao, "Shall I tell you a secret? But don't tell anyone. I am very much in love with a boy who hates me." Hearing this, Yanjao regrets all his actions and hugs her and cries. He goes home and lays Xiaomeng on the bed. Just then, he finds a paper in Xiaomeng's pocket, from which he learns that Xiaomeng wants to transfer her mom to another hospital. Seeing this, Yanjao gets very angry. The next day, Xiaomeng goes to the studio and finds out that her pictures with Xiangji have been leaked, and people are making very bad comments on her, seeing which she gets very hurt. Then she comes to Xiangji and asks, "What have you done?" Xiangji says, "Trust me, I haven't done anything like that. I just took those pictures to tease Yanjao and sent them only to him." Hearing this, Xiaomeng is very surprised, so much so that she couldn't handle herself. Xiangji says, "I don't know who leaked these pictures, but besides me, only Yanjao has these pictures." Just then, Yanjao also comes there and asks Xiaomeng about the pictures, but Xiaomeng was very angry with him, so she gives him a hard slap and leaves from there. In Xiaomeng's studio, it is being said that due to those pictures of Xiaomeng and Xiangji, they are suffering a lot of loss, so they will stop all of Xiaomeng's shows and replace her with some other girl. Here, Yanjao sends his assistant to a media company and tells him, "Declare those pictures as fake and delete them." But the media company people do not agree to do so. After the assistant leaves from there, they tell Sung Lin about this, from which we learn that she has done all this. Then Xiaomeng comes to the hospital to meet her mom. Because she is very worried, she starts crying seeing her mom, and says, "Please get well soon because I have become very lonely." Then she comes home, and there Yanjao and her director are both waiting for her. The director tells her, "You have been temporarily fired from the company. When this thing is resolved, maybe you will be called back again." Saying this, she leaves. Yanjao also starts to leave with them, so Xiaomeng stops him and takes his phone and starts laughing seeing her pictures on his phone and says, "You hate me so much that you ruined me." Yanjao says, "I am very sorry that you are doubting me." At night, Xiaomeng sees in her dream that her mom has died. That's why in the morning she tells Yanjao, "I am going to see my mom." But Yanjao says, "Your health is not good right now, so you should not go anywhere." But Xiaomeng says, "You don't need to worry about me." Saying this, she starts to leave, but falls due to weakness. Xiaomeng comes to pick her up, but she pushes him and leaves again. Then, in the next scene, we see that today is Xiaomeng's graduation ceremony. There, her friends are getting their pictures clicked and are missing her. Here we see Xiaomeng with the professor. The professor is telling her, "There will be many reporters at the ceremony, so you should not come there." Therefore, Xiaoming is leaving from there when the reporters see her, and many reporters come and surround her. This makes Xiaoming very upset, but just then, a man wearing a mask comes there and takes Xiaomeng away from there. Later, Xiaoming finds out that it is Xiangji. Xiangji says, "Today is your graduation ceremony, so I came to meet you." Xiaomeng gets angry at him and says, "You are also involved in all this? Because if you had not clicked my pictures, then all this would not have happened today." Xiangji apologizes for his mistake and then takes her to the hospital to meet her mom. After meeting her mom, they are both leaving from there when some ladies are making bad comments about Xiaomeng. So Xiangji goes and silences them. Seeing this, Xiaomeng feels good that Xiangji can at least stand up for her. Then he takes Xiaomeng to a very nice place and says, "We will have your ceremony here and also call your friends." But Xiaomeng refuses him to do all this. Then he takes Xiaomeng to the sports club and says, "Become the old Xiaomeng." Xiaomeng says, "I will. But what about you?" Xiangji says, "I am fine as I am now, because I have to propose to you." Saying this, he starts getting a little close to her, but Xiaomeng moves away from him and says, "Don't do all this." Xiangji says, "You have to learn to trust people, because not everyone is the same. If Yanjao has hurt you, it doesn't mean I will too." But Xiaomeng doesn't take his words too seriously and leaves from there. Xiaomeng goes home and packs her things and leaves a note for Yanjao and goes away from there. When Yanjao finds out about this, he starts searching for her. Then we see Yanjao, who has come to Uncle Feng's house in another city. When Uncle sees her, he is very happy and asks, "How long are you going to stay here?" Xiaoming tells them, "I am just going to stay here for a few days." Here, Yanjao is looking for her everywhere, but she is nowhere to be found. Then a night scene is shown where Uncle Feng is working, so Xiaomeng comes and starts helping him. In the middle of the conversation, Uncle tells her, "Yanjao is not bad. It's just that he is very hurt by his dad's death. That's why you should give him and yourself some time. Everything will be fine." In the morning, Xiaomeng is playing on the beach with her uncle's daughter and his wife. She is very happy, so her uncle takes her pictures and sends them to his nephew. Then we see Yanjao, whose assistant comes and tells him, "Xiaomeng has gone to her uncle's house, and you don't worry about her, because she is fine." When Yanjao is in the office, Xiangji comes to meet him and asks him about Xiaomeng. To this, Yanjao says, "I know about her. She is safe, but I will not tell you where she is." At this, Xiangji gets very angry and leaves from there. Then we see Yanjao's mom, who is very nervous at first, but then calls Yanjao to thank him for the help he did at the church foundation, and also invites him for lunch, for which Yanjao agrees. When he reaches the restaurant to meet them, she is very happy and asks him to order his favorite food. But Yanjao says, "Order whatever you like." Whatever she orders are all Yanjao's favorites. Seeing this, Yanjao is very surprised. Then she asks him about Xiaomeng. Yanjao says that she is fine. She says, "You both like each other, so never hurt each other." Hearing this, Yanjao smiles a little. Then we see Xiangji, who is looking for Xiaomeng everywhere and is also calling her. But Xiaomeng's phone is switched off. It gets very late, but still, he keeps calling her again and again. At night, Yanjao turns on her phone, and she talks to Xiangji. She tells him, "I will be back in a few days, so don't worry about me." Then Yanjao also reaches his uncle's house to bring Xiaomeng back, but Xiaomeng refuses to come back with him. Yanjao says, "Do you still think that I leaked your pictures?" Xiaomeng doesn't reply, but tears come to her eyes because she thought that Yanjao had done it. Then Xiaomeng's aunt explains to her, "Yanjao cares a lot about you because no one comes this far for someone just like that." She comes to Yanjao's room, but he is not there. She looks at his laptop, from which she learns that Yanjao did not leak her picture. Just then, Yanjao comes there, so Xiaomeng thinks of apologizing to him, but just then they are called for dinner. Then Xiaomeng paints a picture of herself and Yanjao on a shirt, which was looking very nice. Then she gifts it to Yanjao. Yanjao also likes it very much. At night, Xiaomeng also comes wearing a similar shirt, and Yanjao is also wearing the same shirt. Then they both sit together and have dinner. Then Xiaomeng also apologizes to him, saying, "You didn't upload my pictures, but I doubted you." Just then, it starts raining and there is also a lot of lightning, which makes Xiaomeng scared. So Yanjao hugs her. They both fall asleep sitting like that. In the morning, Yanjao is talking to someone, so Xiaomeng asks him, "Who is on the call?" Yanjao says, "The call was from the hospital. The doctor said, your mom has made some movement." Hearing this, Xiaomeng becomes very happy. Then they both come back from there. Yanjao comes to his office and finds out that there is some problem with the land where the project he is working on is located. Xiaoming comes to the hospital to meet her mom and finds out that Yanjao is getting her treatment done, and it is a very special treatment due to which her mother's condition is improving. Knowing this, Xiaoming is also very happy. Just then, Yanjao also comes to the hospital to meet her mom. He is standing outside and listening to their conversation, where Xiaomeng is telling her mom, I have become very lonely here. Please get well soon. Then we both will always be happy together. Saying this, she starts crying. Just then, Yanjao comes inside and encourages her that her mom will get well soon. Then Xiaomeng is coming out with him, so she tells Yanjao, when my mom gets well, and if it is found out that she did not murder your dad, then what will you do? Hearing this, Yanjao is very surprised because he had not thought like that. But then he says, come on, we have to go meet the doctor. Then they come to meet the doctor. They find out that Xiaomeng's mom can get well soon. Then the next day, Xiaoming brings her mom's photo album to her. Just then, an old photo of her mom and Yanzhao's dad comes out of that album. Seeing it, Xiaomeng is very surprised. Then she goes home and asks Sister Hua, since when have my mom and Yanzhao's dad known each other? But Sister Hua says, I don't have much knowledge about it. Just then, Yanzhao comes there and asks Sister Hua to serve dinner. Also, he was talking to Sung Lin about a business trip where he has to go with Sung Lin. Xiaomeng hears this and starts asking about the business trip. So Yanzhao says, mind your own business. You don't need to interfere in my matters. Then Yanzhao comes to his room and starts packing his backpack. Just then, Xiaomeng also comes and helps him and in the middle of the conversation asks him, do you like Sung Lin? Hearing this, Yanzhao doesn't feel good at all. He comes close to Xiaomeng and says, are you getting jealous? But Xiaomeng frees her hand from him and goes out of his room. The next morning, Yanzhao leaves for the trip with Sung Lin. At the same time, Xiaomeng starts taking great care of her mom. Then a night scene is shown where Yanzhao is sitting at a party after successfully attending his meeting and is missing Xiaomeng. Just then, Sung Lin comes to him and says, I don't understand why you forced so much on this stadium project. At this, Yanzhao remembers that once Xiaomeng was making a drawing of a stadium, and she had also explained its concept to Yanzhao. So Yanzhao tells her, when I become rich, I will build such a stadium for you. Remembering this, Yanzhao is smiling in the present, and Sung Lin is surprised to see this. Then we see Xiaomeng, who is telling a story to her mom. She is very tired, so she falls asleep right there. And just then, her mom's eyes open, and seeing Xiaomeng next to her, she strokes her head. As soon as she feels her hand, she immediately gets up and looks at them in surprise. When she realizes that her mom has come out of the coma, she starts crying and tells her, I would have become very lonely without you. I missed you a lot. Yanzhao also soon finds out about this and immediately reaches the hospital to meet them. And without asking about their well-being, he starts asking questions about the day his dad died, which makes her health worse. So Xiaomeng comes and handles him and tells Yanzhao, since mom woke up, she is not talking at all. I don't know what happened to her. Yanzhao asks the doctor about this, so the doctor tells him she has lost her memory. There, Sung Lin tells Qinshan about this, which makes him a little scared and says, now our secret will be known to everyone. But then, Sung Lin says, she has lost her memory, so he feels a little relaxed and then starts thinking about it. Yanzhao comes back to Xiaomeng's mom, and she starts getting very scared of him and hides behind Xiaomeng. He understands Yanzhao that please don't ask any more questions to them. Then she brings her mom home, who is looking at everything very carefully. Seeing this, Sister Hua asks Xiaomeng, why is she behaving so strangely? So Xiaomeng tells them, she has lost her memory. After this, Xiaomeng takes great care of her mom. She brings them to the garden when Sung Lin also comes to meet them. She had also brought some tonics for them, which would be good for their health. Sung Lin tells them, I have come from the Shanghai group. Hearing this name, Xiaomeng's mom is very shocked. Xiaomeng tells them, that is our uncle's company. To this, her mom says, he is not an uncle, he is your father. Xiaomeng is shocked to hear this. The next day, Yanzhao brings the Xiaomeng's mom to his father's grave and says, please tell the truth. She looks at his father's photo and asks, when did all this happen? Why don't I know anything about it? Then when she looks at Yanzhao carefully, she hugs him and starts apologizing to him again and again. Yanzhao also couldn't understand what she was doing, so he brings them back home. But there too, she was repeatedly apologizing to him. Seeing this, Xiaomeng asks, what have you done to my mom? Why is she so scared? But Yanzhao doesn't give any answer to this and goes inside. Then, a scene from a little later is shown where all these people sit down to eat. There, Xiaomeng's mom is busy serving food to Yanzhao with her own hands and says, eat well, and from now on, consider this your own home. But Yanzhao gets angry and says, what game are you two playing together? And leaves from there in anger. Then we see Qinshan, who is telling a boy, this is Xiaomeng's mom. She comes to the hospital every week. You finish them off and don't leave any evidence behind. The next day, Xiaomeng comes to the hospital with her mom for their treatment. She is talking to the doctor when a nurse comes and tells her Xiaomeng's mom is not in the room. They both immediately start looking for them. Over there, we see Xiaomeng's mom, whom a man is taking with him. But by then, the doctor reaches there, so the boy runs away. Then we see a scene at home where Xiaomeng has prepared a lot with her own hands, because today was Yanzhao's birthday. But just then, she sees that Yanjao has brought Sung Lin with him, which makes her very sad. Then Yanjao is looking at the gifts given by Xiaomeng and Sung Lin. They both have gifted him a shirt. Yanjao likes Xiaomeng's shirt a lot, but still, he wears Sung Lin's shirt, and when he comes out, Xiaomeng feels very bad seeing this. Also, he is giving a lot of importance to Sung Lin in front of her. Then, when Xiaomeng asks him to cut the cake she made, Yanjao refuses for that too. This makes her feel very bad, but she doesn't say anything. Then, Xiaomeng comes to meet Yanzhao's mom. With them was a child. She gives them the cake she made. The next day, we see Yanjao, who gives a very important file to his assistant. Sung Lin also sees them that the assistant has kept that file in the locker. That's why after some time she goes to the locker and takes out that file and takes pictures of it. Then we see Xiaomeng and Yanzhao's mom. The child who lived with them was blind, and today, his eye operation was going to happen. Just then, Yanzhao's mom puts a necklace on him. Xiaomeng sees that the necklace is exactly like the one Yanzhao had given her while proposing. After some time, the child's operation is successful. Then, we see Yanzhao, who has suffered a huge loss in his project, due to which he was very worried. And all this happened because of Sung Lin, but Yanzhao doesn't know about it yet. Here, Xiaomeng goes home and takes out her necklace to see that it was the same as Yanzhao's mom's necklace. That's why she calls her uncle and asks, "Where was Yanzhao born?" Uncle says, "At the time Yanzhao was born, I was on a business trip with his dad." Then she comes to her mom's room where her mom was sleeping. She tells them, "I am going out for some time. When I come back, the accusations against you will be removed." And then she takes out her passport and goes somewhere, and the very next day, she comes meets Yanzhao's mom and tells them, "I have found out that Yanzhao is your son, and only for this reason you are close to me." Also, she gets angry at them and asks, "What kind of mom are you? Why did you leave your children?" At this, they start crying and say, "When my son was born, I was very young. That's why my uncle and aunt decided that they would not tell me about my son." At the same time, a lady in the hospital had given birth to a dead child. My uncle and aunt gave my child to her and told me that my child had died. And a few years later, when my aunt was about to die, in her last moments, she told me that my child is alive. Then Xiaomeng comes home, and Yanzhao is very worried and tells her how much loss he has suffered. The next morning, Xiaomeng's mom comes to Yanzhao's dad's room and starts screaming a lot seeing their picture there. Also, they start tearing their pictures, so Sister Hua comes and consoles them. Then Xiaomeng comes to meet the doctor and tells them about her mom's condition. Just then, she gets a call from someone who says, "Your mom has disappeared somewhere." She goes home and Sister Hua tells her, "She was in her room. I went to the washroom for a while and then she suddenly disappeared." Xiaomeng tries hard to find them, but when she can't find her mom, Xiaomeng thinks that maybe Yanzhao has done something to her mom. That's why she comes and starts fighting with Yanzhao. "Where have you hidden my mom?" To this, Yanzhao says, "I can't do such a despicable act." He asks when his aunt went missing, and with her, he also starts looking for them. After a lot of searching, Yanzhao finds her mom sitting in the playground, who seemed very scared. Xiaomeng goes to them and consoles them and asks them to come with her, but her mom refuses to recognize her. But when Yanzhao comes there, she recognizes him and starts walking holding his hand. Seeing this, Xiaomeng is very surprised as to why her mom is not recognizing her. They leave for home. On the way, Yanzhao says, "Your mom cares a lot for me. If I find out that she did not kill my dad, I will never be able to forgive myself." After this, Xiaomeng starts looking for a job for herself, but at that time, her reputation was quite bad, so no one was giving her a job quickly. But still, at one place, she is told, "If you distribute these pamphlets, you will get a job." That's why Xiaomeng takes those pamphlets and starts distributing them, but no one was taking pamphlets from her. Just then, Xiangji also sees her and feels bad for Xiaomeng, but after a little while, a crowd of children starts coming to her to take pamphlets. On the other side, we see Xiangji, who was giving balloons to the children who came with pamphlets. In this way, she distributes all the pamphlets, but still, she doesn't get this job. Upset by this, Xiaomeng is leaving when she meets Xiangji, and he takes her to a cafe with him. There, Xiangji had ordered a lot of desserts, so Xiaomeng asks, "Why did you order so many?" Xiangji says, "I didn't know which one you would like, so I ordered all of them." Then he goes to drop Xiaomeng, and just then, Xiaomeng sees those pamphlets in his car, which the children had taken from her. Seeing this, Xiaomeng starts crying and hugs Xiangji because she realizes how much Xiangji helps her. Here, Yanzhao's mom is sitting with a child when Yanzhao brings a gift for that child. After talking to them for a while, he sees that the child has a ring around his neck exactly like his mom's ring. He asks them about this, so his mom lies to him. "Xiaomeng gave it to me." After this, he leaves from there. Xiangji comes home to drop Xiaomeng and says, "I have helped you, so you have to give me a hug in return." So Xiaomeng also hugs him as a friend, and Yanzhao is also watching this from his window, and he gets very angry. Xiaomeng comes home and Yanzhao asks her, Did you go on a date with Xiangji, and how did you give that ring to someone else? I even told you that it was my mom's last memento, but the next day, he finds the ring in his house that he had given to Xiaomeng. Seeing this, he is very surprised. Then he comes to meet the same child and asks him, "Who put this necklace on you?" At which he says, "Aunt Lian did." Yanjao goes there, but on the way, he keeps thinking about how that ring came to them. Then he goes to the hospital where he was born. There, upon asking the doctor, he finds out the whole truth and gets a very big shock. He also finds out that Xiaomeng knew about this, but she did not tell him. Then he comes outside his mom's house and remembers the moments spent with them. Yanjao also realizes that Xiaomeng's mom must not have killed his dad. So now he starts finding out about the real killer. Then he comes home and Xiaomeng's mom is sitting with Sister Hua. Mom asks Yanjao to find something in her room, and just then he finds the picture there in which his dad and Xiaomeng's mom were together. Yanjao asks them about this, so she says, "There is something more important than this, which is kept under a pot in your dad's room." Yanjao goes and sees that it is a key. He gives it to them, but Xiaomeng's mom can't remember what this key is for. But Yanjao finds out about this, so he learns that it is the key to his dad's locker. He opens the locker, and in it were some of his father's documents. He is surprised to read them, because he finds out that Xiaomeng is his dad's real daughter, and Xiaomeng's mom is their wife. Then he comes to Xiaomeng's mom and asks them about his dad. At his question, they remember a scene from the past where she and Yanzhao's dad were lovers. They were together for a long time, and Xiaomeng's mom was pregnant. She asks Yanzhao's dad to marry her, but he had to do business, so he marries a rich woman. When Xiaomeng is born, she raises her alone. Then he comes to Xiaomeng and says, "I have found out about my mom." Saying this, he starts crying, so Xiaomeng consoles him. Then he goes to meet his mom with Xiaomeng. She is also very happy to see Yanzhao. Yanzhao goes to their house and sits down and says, "I miss my mom very much." Xiaomeng tells them, Yanzhao has found out the truth. Hearing this, she hugs Yanzhao and starts telling him the whole truth. She cries a lot and says, "I missed you a lot, and I always wanted to hug you once." They both tell them, "From now on, we will always take care of you." The next scene is shown of a bar where Yanzhao is sitting and drinking when a girl comes and sits next to him. But Yanzhao scolds her angrily and sends her away. Just then, Xiangzi comes there and starts joking with him. "What a nice girl, why did you send her away?" But Yanzhao was not in a mood for jokes, so he starts to leave. Just then, Xiangzi accidentally spills a drink on his clothes, which makes Yanzhao also angry, and they both start fighting there. After finishing the fight, when Yanzhao comes home, Xiaomeng is worried to see his condition and asks, "Who did this to you?" But Yanzhao doesn't say anything about it and comes to his room. Then he goes to his dad's room and takes out wine for them and himself and drinks wine while crying and promises them, "From now on, I will take care of Xiaomeng." And he is thinking about his past where Yanzhao's mom had died, so his dad wanted to marry Xiaomeng's mom, but their in-laws don't let them do so, at which they are crying a lot and saying, "What kind of life do I have? I can't even see my daughter." Then after a while, Xiaomeng comes to his room, and Yanzhao sits with his head on her shoulder and asks, "Do you hate me?" To this, Xiaomeng says, "No." Yanzhao says, "I can't forgive myself." The next day, Yanzhao finds out that a big accident has happened at the construction site, in which many people have also lost their lives. His assistant tells him, the raw material used for this construction was of low quality, that's why the accident happened. Xiaomeng comes to meet Yanzhao's mom, who is very worried about Yanzhao, that he might go to jail because of this. But Xiaomeng explains to them that nothing like that will happen. Song Lin comes to meet her sister because her husband was getting this construction work done. So she asks her sister about their husband. The sister says, "He has not been receiving my calls for many days." She comes to Qinshan to ask about this, where she finds out that Qinshan had used cheap materials to save money and now has put all the blame on Sung Lin's sister's husband. Seeing this, Sung Lin gets very angry, but Qinshan tells her, "Stay in your limits and only mind your own business." Xiangji also hears their conversation, so after some time he comes to his dad and talks about this. "I have found out about all your misdeeds, so please mend your ways quickly." Then a meeting scene is shown in which Yanzhao says, "We should hold a press conference to help the people involved in the accident." But Qinshan did not want this, but Xiangji supports Yanzhao. Then a press conference is held, and Yanzhao handles everything very well. It gets quite late for him to come home, but when he comes, Xiaomeng tells him, "I am going to work in the theater from tomorrow. That's why I won't be able to take good care of mom." Yanzhao says, "No problem, don't worry, I will hire a caretaker for them." At this, she is happy and thanks him. Then we see Sung Lin, who is working when she gets a call from Qinshan. He tells her, "You know your sister's husband is still in jail, so you have to do as I say." And he asks her to keep an eye on two people, one of whom was Xiangzi. Sung Lin is quite surprised as to why he wants to keep an eye on his own son. That's why she tells Xiangzi about this and says, "Your dad has done a lot of wrong things and the consequences will be very bad. That's why I don't want to support him in this anymore." At this, Xiangji is also a little surprised as to why his dad wants to keep an eye on him. Then a theater scene is shown where rehearsals are going on. There, Xiaomeng guides everyone very well, which impresses her director a lot and says, "You will work with us as a scriptwriter." But Xiaomeng says, "I don't have experience in this work." So the director says, "You have worked as a storyteller, so you can do this very well." Yanjao comes to the hospital to meet the families of the people injured in the accident, where all their families are very angry with Yanjao because they thought that the accident happened because of Yanjao. But still, Yanjao tries to support them financially and mentally. A new maid comes to Yanjao's house. Xiaomeng tells her how she has fulfilled all the responsibilities of her house. Sister Hua is showing her all the rooms, but her eyes are on Yanzhao's father's study room. As soon as Sister Hua is out of her sight, she comes to the study room, but just then Sister Hua comes back again, so she can't do anything there and comes back. Sung Lin comes to meet her sister. Her sister is crying a lot because their husband is still in jail. Sung Lin asks them, "If you know anything, please tell me. It will help us a lot." Then her sister brings a recording device and a letter and gives it to her. Another scene is shown of the studio where a show was about to happen, and everyone was practicing for it. Just then, Xiangji also comes there and starts watching Xiaomeng secretly. He goes to her, and Xiaomeng asks, "What are you doing here?" He says, "I haven't seen you for many days, so I came to meet you." Just then, Xiaomeng's friend comes there and asks about Xiangji. "Who is this?" Xiangji puts his hand on her shoulder and says, "I am her boyfriend." But Xiaomeng says, "He is my friend." Just kidding. Then Xiangji asks her to go for lunch with him, for which Xiaomeng refuses, but still, he takes her forcefully. On the way, they also take the child who lives with Yanzhao's mom and then come to the amusement park, where the child is very happy. The child and Xiaomeng enjoy a lot there and are happy, seeing which Xiangji is also getting happy, thinking, "Come on, after so many days I was able to do something good for Xiaomeng." Then Xiangji clicks pictures of these two, in which both look very cute. Then he also takes a selfie with these two, in which all three look like a family. Then Xiangji snaps his fingers, and all the fountains there open up, which was looking very beautiful. Then a person comes there with a bouquet of approximately 1,000 flowers and proposes to Xiaomeng with it. All the people standing there are telling Xiaomeng to please say yes to him, but Xiaomeng holds the child's hand and leaves from here without saying anything, which hurts Xiangji a lot. But he still comes back to Xiaomeng again. Xiaomeng tells him, "Why are you doing all this? I have also told you that I love someone else, not you." He says, "I know, but what to do? I love you very much. That's why I will keep trying." Hearing his words, Xiaomeng feels very bad for him that there are some people in life who love someone so much, but they can't get their love. After this, Xiangji drops her at the studio again, where Xiaomeng's director is very worried and tells her the company that was going to invest in their show has now refused to invest. Xiaomeng says, "Don't worry, I will look into it." She tells Xiangji about this, so he helps her a little. When she comes home, she also tells her mom about this problem that their show has stopped due to lack of investment, which Yanjao also hears. Then Xiaomeng gets a call from someone who says, "You will have to perform at our daughter's birthday, and if our daughter likes it, we will also invest in your show." Therefore, the next day, Xiaomeng goes to perform at their daughter's birthday. Their child likes the performance a lot. Then she starts talking to them about investment. Just then, a jar falls from their daughter's hand, and she is about to fall on it, but Xiaomeng saves her. Instead of the child, she gets hurt in her hand. So her father holds Xiaomeng's hand and says, "I will apply medicine." But by then his wife comes there and gets very angry seeing them both like this and pushes Xiaomeng and says, "What are you doing with my husband?" She tries to explain, but she's not ready to listen to her. But by then Xiangji comes there and gets very angry at those people. "First you people called her to your house to perform, and when she has done her job so well, you people are blaming her." Then he takes Xiaomeng home and applies medicine to her injury. Seeing her in pain, Xiangji is also feeling very pained. After some time, Yanzhao also comes home and gets very angry seeing Xiangji in his house. Just then, Xiaomeng's mom comes there and asks about Xiangji. "Is he your boyfriend?" Hearing this, Yanzhao becomes even more jealous. When he sees the injury on Xiaomeng's hand, he also gets worried for her. He sends his assistant to sign a contract with the company that was supposed to invest in Xiaomeng's show to help her. Yanxiao had signed such a big contract with them, so they also agree to invest in that show. Then we see Xiaomeng, who is recording at the FM radio station mentioned by Xiangji. She is telling a story there, and Xiaomeng is also listening to this story sitting in her room. In the morning, when Xiaomeng comes to the studio, her director tells her, "The company that had canceled the contract with us has approached us again." Hearing this, she becomes very happy and congratulates them. Then, Xiaoming comes home and is practicing her role. Her mom and sister Hua are very happy seeing her. She is so lost in her practice that she is not aware of her surroundings. Just then, Yanzhao suddenly comes there and sees her script. So Xiaomeng asks him, will you come to my show? Your mom is also coming there. He says, I will think about it later. Saying this, he leaves. The scene is shown on the day of the show where Xiaomeng becomes Peter Pan. She is looking very cute in it. Xiangji also comes to meet her and kisses her on the cheek. Seeing this, Xiaomeng's friend gets jealous because she liked Xiangji, but he didn't pay any attention to them at all. He just kept roaming behind Xiaomeng. The show starts where her mom, aunt, and director, along with many other people, have come. As the show starts, Yanjao also comes there, but he sits far away from everyone so that no one can see him. Xiaomeng and her friend act very well, which makes everyone happy. As soon as the show ends, Yanjao is the first one to leave from there. After the show, Xiaomeng has come to celebrate with her friend. She thanks Xiangji for his help and says, you always help me. Xiangji says, whenever you need me, I will always help you. Then everyone is leaving from there, so everyone is quite drunk. Xiangji says he will drop Xiaomeng, but she says, you drop my friend home. Her friend is also pretending to be drunk and has held Xiangji's hand. At Xiaomeng's request, he comes to drop her friend home. He lays her on the bed and starts to leave, but she holds him and tries to get intimate with him. But Xiangji frees himself from her and leaves from there. Then Xiaomeng has been chosen as a model for a promotional video, and she is practicing for it. The director and Xiangji are smiling seeing her that she is performing so well. Xiangji goes to give Xiaomeng water, so the director clicks their pictures and sends them to someone. Then a scene from the next day is shown where Xiaomeng is staying in a hotel for shooting. There, her friend has also been chosen with her, who did not like Xiaomeng. When Xiaomeng asks her to go out, she starts acting, my stomach is hurting so I can't go. So Xiaomeng goes to get medicine for her, but she accidentally forgets her phone and room key in the room. She comes back with the medicine, but her friend doesn't open the door. Xiaomeng also understands that her friend is doing all this intentionally. Xiangji is also there for some work. When he finds out about Xiaomeng's friend's action, he gets very angry, and then he books another room for Xiaomeng. Now the day of the shooting arrives, where they both perform quite well, seeing which the director is very happy. Here, Xiangji comes to the office and Yanjao asks about the shooting. Did everything go well? So Xiangji says, yes, the shooting went very well, and I also got a chance to spend time with Xiaomeng. Hearing his words, he gets a little jealous, but he doesn't react. Then Xiaomeng comes to her friend. Then she sees from behind that her friend is typing something on the laptop. She goes from behind and starts reading it, and finds out that she is typing very wrong things about Xiaomeng. She had been Xiaomeng's best friend, but she thinks so badly about her. Seeing this, Xiaomeng feels very bad, but just then she turns back and is surprised to see Xiaomeng. Still, she has no remorse for her actions. Yanjao is sitting in the office working when he gets a call from his mom, who tells him, I have organized an event for the children. If you get time, please come. He says, I am doing some urgent work for the company, so I won't be able to come. Now the next day, a scene of the event is shown where Xiaomeng comes, and her mom is very happy to see her. The children ask her about Yanjao, so she says he was busy with his work so he couldn't come. But just then, Yanjao also comes there. Seeing him suddenly there, his mom becomes very happy. He had brought gifts for all the children there, which also makes the children very happy. Then they all sit down, and the event starts. Qinshan is talking to the man he had sent to kill Xiaomeng's mom. The man tells them she is not Yanzhao's mom, but his mom is the one who runs the children's foundation. Hearing this, Qinshan is surprised. Then we see Yanjao, who has come to a hotel for a meeting with Sung Lin. He has arrived there quite late, due to which he has to drink a lot. After some time, we see him in a hotel room where he is lying down due to the drink and is not conscious at all. Just then, Sung Lin comes there wrapped in a towel and starts kissing him. But even in such a state, Yanjao is repeatedly taking Xiaomeng's name. Seeing this, she gets very angry and takes some pictures of herself with Yanjao. The next morning, Xiaomeng asks Sister Hua about Yanjao. So she says that he has not come home since last night. She calls him, and Sung Lin receives the call and says, Yanjao is sleeping. When he wakes up, I will tell him that you called him. Hearing this, Xiaomeng is quite surprised. Then, Yanzhao's eyes open, and he asks Sung Lin about last night, but she doesn't tell him anything and tells him to have breakfast. Then Sung Lin intentionally shows her picture with Xiaoming to another colleague. Then Xiaomeng goes to his office to meet Yanjao, where everyone is talking about Sung Lin and Yanjao. Also, she sees that there are pictures of their last night on a laptop. Seeing this, Xiaomeng is very hurt. Just then, Yanjao and Xiangji also come there, so she shows them the picture. Seeing which, Yanjao is also surprised. Xiaomeng has tears in her eyes and asks him to explain about these pictures, but Yanjao is unable to say anything. This hurts everyone a lot, and she leaves from there crying, so Xiangji also goes after her. Then Yanjao asks Sung Lin about this, so she says, I took the pictures, but I didn't send them to anyone. I don't know who told everyone about it. Yanjao says, I will find that out myself, and you should never do such a thing again. Then at the dinner table at night, Yanjao explains about those pictures and says, I have told you before that there is nothing between me and Sunglin, and you also know that if I do something, I take full responsibility for it. Xiaomeng believes his words, which makes him happy, and he says, thank you for understanding me. A scene from the next morning is shown where Xiaomeng was going to take her mom to a nursing home. Yanjao was very sad because she could no longer live with him. Xiaomeng says, I am going, but if you need my help, call me. Yanjao hugs her and says, take care of yourself. Then they come to the nursing home, where the doctor says, if she is taken care of well, she will get well soon, and her memory will also come back. But that very night, her mom has a very scary dream, and when she comes out of the dream, she remembers everything. She sees Xiaomeng, who is sleeping next to her. She starts stroking her head so Xiaomeng wakes up, but just then, she pretends to be asleep. Xiaomeng covers them with a blanket and goes back to sleep. When she opens her eyes in the morning, her mom is not on her bed. She starts looking for them everywhere. Over there, we see her mom, who is walking on the seaside. She says to herself, my memory has come back, but I don't know how to tell you everything. You have been very worried because of me. Saying this, she is going into the water. And coincidentally, Xiangji is also there, who sees them. That's why he comes running to them and tries to save them. By then, Xiaomeng comes there looking for them, and they all together bring them out of the water. Then Xiaomeng asks them, if there is something that you are hiding from me, please tell me. But even after asking a lot, her mom doesn't say anything. Just then, their mom sees the news on TV where it has now become known to everyone that Yanjao is not the president's son, but he is the son of the lady who runs the Children's Foundation. And for hiding such a big lie, he has been fired from the company. So Xiaomeng immediately leaves to meet him. She reaches home and sees that Yanjao's condition is very bad. So she brings him medicine, after taking which his condition becomes a little stable, and he falls asleep. When Yanjao opens his eyes in the morning, Xiaomeng has made breakfast for him. Just then, he sees that Xiaomeng is wearing her ring on her finger. So he asks about it. Why are you wearing it? Xiaomeng says, because I don't care whether you are the president's son or someone else's. I accept you in every way and will always love you. Hearing this, Yanjao gets a lot of happiness. Yanjao asks, I did so bad to you, so don't you hate me? She says, no, I understand your situation. If I were in your place, maybe I would have become like you too. But now I want to be with you because I love you. Yanjao takes her to his father's cabin and gives her a document to read, after reading which she is surprised. She finds out that the person she considered her uncle until now is her dad. Yanjao says, I found out about this a long time ago, but I didn't tell you so that you wouldn't have to face any problem. And also, whatever property your dad has left behind is only yours. And if you handle all this well, your future will be very bright. You will have many choices. Hearing this, Xiaomeng silences him and says, my choice will always be you. Yanjao realizes that she loves him very much. Then, at night, she asks Yanjao, did you go to meet your mom? He says, no, I haven't met them yet. Xiaomeng says, we should go to them, because if the reporters are bothering us so much, they must have bothered them too. That's why as soon as morning comes, they both come to meet them, where their mom is really very scared because the reporters have been bothering them. When Yanjao sees his mom so worried, he starts crying and apologizes to them. You are facing this problem because of me. Mom also starts crying and says, this is all my fault. I am the one who didn't take care of you, otherwise people would not be talking like this today. Yanjao says, we both will now face all this and tell the whole truth. They come outside where reporters are already standing. He tells them the whole truth. This is my mom, but I also found out about this after a long time. Then we see a scene of the company where everyone is talking about firing Yanjao from the company. But just then, Xiaomeng comes there with her lawyer and had also brought some evidence, from which it is known that she is Hua Zhao's real daughter. When Qinshan finds out about this, he is very shocked and takes the evidence in his hand to see how this could be possible. Xiaomeng says, now it has been proved that this company is mine, and now I want to give this company to Yanjao, and says, we are going to get married in some time, then we will not have any problem. After the meeting, they both come home, and Yanjao gets angry at her. How did you talk about this marriage without discussing it with me? He also tells her, be alert because Qinshan has also heard about the marriage, and now he will definitely do something. Hearing which, Xiaomeng gets upset. So Yanjao holds her hand and kisses her on the forehead and appreciates her. When you came to the company, you looked exactly like your dad. Then it is shown that Yanjao and Xiaomeng have had a court marriage, and they take the certificate to their mom. Yanzhao's mom reads her name on the certificate and is very happy. Then Xiaoming is trying on her wedding dress, and their house is also very well decorated. Yanjao comes there from the office and is very surprised to see all this because he didn't know anything about it. But just then his mom takes out a ring and gives it to him, and he puts it on Xiaomeng and kisses her hand. Then a scene from some time later is shown. Xiaomeng's health is a little bad. She checks the calendar and finds out that she is pregnant. Here, Sung Lin comes to Yanjao's office and gives him the pen drive, which had evidence of Qin Shan's misdeeds. Also, she apologizes to him for her actions. Then at night, when Yanjao comes home, Xiaomeng tells him about the pregnancy, which makes him very happy. And from the very next day, he starts taking great care of her. And the next day, Yanjao finds out that Qin Shan has kidnapped Xiaomeng, and he tells Yanjao, "You transfer your company in my name. Only then I will give you Xiaomeng back, and don't call the police. Otherwise, her life will also be in danger." Yanjao finds out their location and reaches there. He tells them, "I have transferred all the money to your account, so leave Xiaomeng." And then Xiangji also reaches there and tries to talk to his dad. And in the meantime, Yanjao attacks their hand and pushes Xiaomeng away from him. Her hands are tied with a rope, so Yanjao starts untying them. And just then, Qin Shan stabs him from behind. In the next scene, it is shown that Qin Shan has been jailed, and Yanjao is taken to the hospital. Seeing his condition, Xiaomeng's condition has worsened a lot. The doctor says Yanjao has gone into a coma. If he is lucky, only then he will come out. Otherwise, the chances are very less. Then, a scene from 5 years later is shown where Xiangzi and Xiaomeng have handled the company very well. Then Xiangzi comes to his dad's grave. He tells them, "I have been made the CEO of the company. The projects we were working on are complete." Then we see Xiaomeng with her 5-year-old daughter. She is also sitting at someone's grave and says, "You left us and went away, and we miss you a lot." Just then, Yanjao comes there and puts his hand on her shoulder. Due to Xiaomeng's prayers and efforts, he came out of the coma. Yanjao takes his daughter in his arms and kisses Xiaomeng's forehead. And with this, the drama has a happy ending.